Hello everyone, my name is Dan Sweeney and my presentation today is on the war on drugs in Broome County. Now this war on drugs has been going on for a solid 15 to 20 years now, and the overdose rates are just rising. There are more crimes, all drug related, and it's really tearing the place up and tearing families up. Now this all started probably about 15-20 years ago when drug dealers started coming up from New York City, and they would be on their way to Buffalo or Rochester, and they'd stop in the small town of Binghamton and they'd drop off all their heroin and their methamphetamine and their cocaine. So this is a big problem because, of course, people have very addictive personalities and they get hooked on this stuff and they will do anything to get it. They will rob people, they will hurt people, and it is not good. And New York State has not done much about it to try to stop these drug dealers. We get the occasional drug bust, but then you see more heroin and more fentanyl and more cocaine out on the streets every day, and you see the users affected by it. Now, there hasn't been many proposals by New York to do anything about this other than, try to get more officers out there, and obviously it's not working because the overdose rates, they're just rising. My solution to this problem, actually, there's a couple parts to it, but the first part being we have to get more agents out there. And the more cops out there, the more agents out there trying to bust these guys. But what they really need to do, instead of trying to find these like low on the totem pole drug dealers, they need to find these drug dealers that are their suppliers, the guys that are getting this out to many people, and they're the ones that are taking it in from the area in the first place. So we need officers that are undercover, acting like they're drug dealers or homeless or whatever else, drug users, and we need to get them to infiltrate those drug dealers, and we need to get as many of them out as possible. And the next step for me, I think that with all these drug busts that are going to happen from that happening, we need to set up roadblocks like they have down in some of the southern states on the border. They have them about 100 miles in, and they stop every car. They have drug dogs that sniff out the cars real quick, and they're on their merry way. But if you got drugs, or if you got something illegal, and those dogs sniff it, you're caught right there, and you're going to jail. And I'd say, yes, this is a far reach because that's a lot of money, but in 2020, New York State is getting granted $9 million towards this drug problem in upstate New York. And I think that'll be plenty enough money to at least make a big impact on these drug dealers and getting all this terrible drugs out of this county. All I know is we need to stop this problem because people are dying and people are getting sick and people are losing family members. And more crime is happening, more bad people are moving in, and it's all because of this drugs and the amount of drugs and the quantity of drugs that you can get and how easy it is to get them. And we need to get these people off the streets. And I think a big part of that is the community also needs to step in and do their part. Because if they step in and do their part, we can help people by having them look out for suspicious characters, anything like that, like any kind of drug deal going on, any kind of people that don't seem to be working but they have a lot of money. All these people, they're bad people. They're trying to sell people. They don't care about themselves or other people. They only care about themselves and the money they're going to make. And at the end of the day, they need to be stopped. Thank you.